Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the IRT Live. Dean Bear, voice of the IRT, sitting in the broadcast booth with me today is Mr. Fabio Soto. Fabio, how are you?
Very well, Dean. Thank you very much. Glad to be here in the first pro stop of the season in Atlanta, the 2019 Atlanta Open. Rocky Carson looking to defend his championship from last year, defeating Samuel Murray in the final in straight sets. And now Rocky Carson playing versus Eduardo Garay of Mexico.
Absolutely good to round of 16s here today. The number 2 seed, Rocky Carson, looking to start off just like he did last season, winning the first IRT stop of the season. We got a pretty good matchup here today, Fabio. Rocky Carson getting started. Here we are, Atlanta, Georgia.
Eduardo Garay with that first serve fault. Second opportunity. Eduardo Garay, very fresh. Started talking to him, very positive for this event. Again, representing the country of Colombia. Rocky Carson, skip ball there. First point to Eduardo Garay.
Nice to get on the board early, for Garay.
Yeah. 1-0, Eduardo Garay. Dry, fault, second serve.
So, Fabio, these guys met only once on tour. Not sure if they ever met in international play. Again, those statistics we don't really, we can't really compare them when we talk about the pro game.
So international tour, I believe they have not played yet on the pro tour.
Rocky Carson 1-0 on the IRT. But so let's talk a little bit about Eduardo Garay. Yes, you said he plays for Colombia. I know that he's only playing in singles. I think he's been nursing a wrist injury or a hand, something along that line. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares here in the round of 16s. I was not able to watch any of his qualifying matches last night, but we can let the fans know how Eduardo Garay got here. He had to play, his first match actually was a no-show. He was scheduled to play Dan Fowler, who used to be a professional player. Bullet a serve, Rocky Carson. He's on the board. Now 2, serving 1. So then Garay had to play Andres Acuna, who happens to be refereeing this match today, and that went 11-8 breaker. It was a very long match.
Yeah, I heard it was an exciting match. 11-8, as you said, tiebreaker, very exciting stuff. And yes, Eduardo Garay has been nursing a wrist injury for a little while, but he's getting better. He actually switched his racket. He was playing previously with a 175 weight racket, organics. Now he switched to 165 weight, so he lowered it. I talked to him about it, and he told me he's doing it because of the same injury. He wants to get better. So as soon as he feels 100%, he'll go back to the one he was using.
Very nice broken ball right there.
And you're going to see a lot of that today, ladies and gentlemen. Eduardo Garay, a hard, fast-paced hitter. Rocky Carson as well. So I'm pretty sure both of these gentlemen will break a couple at least today. Rocky Carson there warming up the ball. Again, Rocky Carson won this event last year against Samuel Murray, and he's defending his championship. We're going to see a lot of exciting stuff and a lot of exciting play here from Eduardo Garay. He's an exciting player. We see him dive a lot, takes a lot of risks. I like that about Eduardo. I remember him in his junior years. He was an excellent player in his juniors.
Really? Garay new to the scene. I think one of his first matches was last year in Chicago. Was the first time he kind of came to the IRT match.
Wow, what a shot right there. Overhead shot from
Did you hear
Eduardo
Rocky?
Oh, yeah.
Shot.
Oh, that was a great overhead shot there from Eduardo Garay going across. Now Garay to the serve. Eduardo Garay, one of his best weapons is his serve, if not his best weapon.
Well, that's not a good serve right there.
That wasn't.
You see, okay, so let's talk a little bit about an avoidable. That comes out a middle bit. You know, Rocky not taking that shot right there. By the ref not making that call, that tells him, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to shoot that ball. And I think the ref kind of overturned his own call after he realized.
No, yeah, he did call it, but he didn't. The player didn't understand. That's why Andres walked. But yeah, that clearly was an avoidable shot. Not a good serve by Alvaro. Not a good serve by Eduardo Garay. Rocky on top again, 2-1. Rocky going for that Caesar. Eduardo.
Typical Rocky Carson start. We're about 15 minutes into the match, and it's 2-1. Set up Garai right down the line.
There you go.
Good shot right there by Garai. What the players were doing were kind of boxing. What he did was able to box Rocky out of the play, so therefore he was able to come down the line for an easy, return of serve. Let's talk to everybody watching in the box. We got Antonio Rojas, Scott McClellan. I'm sure, I didn't see, but I think Fran Davis is in the box. Laura Edmondson is in the box. Miss Laura, how are you?
Hey, Laura, how are you doing?
What?
That's a skip shot there.
It looked good from my vantage point, Fabio.
Oh, no, yeah, it was a skip, though. But, yeah, it was a really good intent there by Eduardo Garay. Unfortunately, not good for him.
Leaning back, shooting that ball. Very difficult.
Set up there for Garay. Carson gets to it. There you go.
Sorry. Rocky knew right away, walked right back.
Right away.
Excellent veteran play.
Yeah.
You would think as a veteran he would have just went for the replay.
Oh, yeah. No, he was in Eduardo Garay's offensive shot. Side out right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Now Garay. Back to the serve. Let's see if he...
Both players, and I wonder if it's the court, but both players are hitting the ball relatively high. They're down the lines are kind of high, coming off the back wall. A lot of the shots. Ooh. I would like to see, I guess, maybe both players kind of lower their contact point a little bit, maybe get their knees bent a little more. Again, it's early here. Both players kind of warming up to match play. But I expect better results right here this morning, even early. So guys in our chat box, please like our post and share our feed. See, like even that shot, Rocky had him passed, but that ball came off the back wall, and Garay still had an opportunity to put the ball away and just didn't take advantage of it.
Well, Garay is not hitting the ball low enough right now. He's hitting it like 2-3 feet up in the air. Rocky taking advantage.
Which is what I just said before, how both players need to kind of lower their contact. Like right there, Rocky puts that one down the line, and a very good shot.
He gave him, Eduardo Garay gave Rocky a setup right there. Rocky taking advantage with a down the line shot, and Rocky again on the board. 5-1 lead.
So guys, please like our post, share our feed. We only have a few shares so far. There's a lot of you in the chat box, and I would appreciate a few more shares and a few more likes. I want to say hello to Mr. Kelly Diesel in the chat box. Kelly, how are you? Laura returning the favor by saying, hey guys. Carson changed up the serve. Nice jump right there, and a very good reverse pinch by Eduardo Garay. Had Rocky leaning back, put the reverse pinch up. Rocky dove, could not catch up. Garay back in the service box.
Yeah, Garay needs to get on the board here. He doesn't want to give too much of a lead to Rocky Carson. He's down by 4 in the first game. Again, it's still early. Doesn't want to give him that lead. Eduardo Garay to the serve.
Ooh, got it. The ball barely came off the back wall. I'm not sure if Rocky actually got it, but right in front of referee Sergio Acuna. But Garay sends a bullet.
That's a great shot
right there. I said Sergio Acuna.
Yeah, it's Andres Acuna. Oh, yeah, it's a great shot right there by Eduardo Garay. Very aggressive. He needs to keep that pace up. Again, the serve was good. Eduardo Garay to the serve again.
I looked like an ace.
I looked like an ace to me. Ref called it. It was an ace.
Rocky agreed. Rocky said, good shot.
So Eduardo Garay.
Say hi to one of my buddies back home, Bob Strangio, checking in the chat box. Guys, please like our post. Share. Set up off the back wall. Carson Z it over. I skipped that one in.
Five-three now on the head pen scoreboard. Wow. Good shot there by Eduardo Garay. Got a bit of a setup there from the back. Cornered it.
Very close to getting that ball.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Excellent shot there by Eduardo Garai.
So 3 serving 5 on the head pen scoreboard. Eduardo concentrating. Fault, second serve. I think that's one of the things that Eduardo Garay has to be adjusted. Again, he switched the weight of his racket. He went from 175 to 165. So I'm pretty sure he has to make some adjustments. He's still getting used to it. Good shot there by Rocky, side out.
Overhand cross-court pass.
And,
Great shot.
And if there's somebody who can hit, Dean, a good overhead shot in indoor, it's Rocky Carson.
Well, I mean, he plays outdoor racquetball at a very high level. And that is the shot you have to play outdoor. So, you know, needless to say, of course. Goes up top. Look at that wall pick. Garay barely gets a racket on it. Set up off the back wall for Carson. No chance for Garay. Very good rally. A couple of the fans here that are here at the recreational ATL, Lilburn, Georgia, the home of Mr. Jason Chan, our tournament director. I want to say a big thanks to Jason Chan for putting on this event, and all the sponsors. I'm going to give them a list. We have a list for those sponsors later on in our quarterfinal matchup.
Wow, what a great reaction by Rocky Carson there, switching it up. Eduardo Garay gives Rocky a setup. Rocky.
Set up mid-court.
Wow.
What a get. Another good rally.
Wow.
The fans here at the recreational ATL.
Listen, that rally is lost by Eduardo Garay, but I got to give him a heads up right there for that get that he got, man. Awesome.
7 serving 3 on the Head Pen scoreboard. Head Pen is not only the scoreboard sponsor of the IRT, not just the official ball sponsor of the IRT, the WOR, USAR, and the LPRT. Head Pen is the industry leader in all things racquetball. Check them out online today, www.head.com/racquetball. What do you think so far to this match, Fabio? Garay, although he came out of the gate pretty strong, the veteran Rocky Carson kind of put the brakes on that aggressiveness that Eduardo Garay had early in this match.
Oh, yeah, that he did. But, you know, again, Garay is still hitting the ball a little too high for my taste. He has not used and utilized his maximum weapon, which is his serve. So I think he needs to utilize that a lot more, and he'll get a best result. Again, I think Rocky Carson obviously is a heavy one here to play and to win. But Eduardo Garay, I'm pretty sure that he will do a fantastic job here and put up a great fight for us.
Yeah, I'm expecting good things from Rocky Carson this week. Even having the upcoming of an Eduardo Garay, I just think that his game is not quite there yet to play at a quarterfinals, semifinals level, so to speak.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Eduardo Garay has nothing to lose and everything to win. So that attitude for him is very beneficial. And Rocky, again, he's defending his title. He's defending his tour points. So, someone here is pressured is Rocky Carson.
Well, everyone this weekend is going to gain some points because this event was not on last year. I want to let the guys know some of the other 10 a.m. matches. We got the 7 seed Samuel Murray versus the number 10 seed Mario Mercado. That's going on one of the side courts. Interesting matchup from two fellow Mexicans, Fabio, Daniel De La Rosa and Eduardo Portillo. That's a good matchup. I like the chances for Portillo. He's up and coming. He's rising. He trains hard. He plays hard. And he has a good opportunity to take out the veteran like Daniel De La Rosa.
Yeah, both of the same hometown. I am looking forward to that match, Dean. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's going on one of the side courts right now. So,
oh, yeah.
And the fourth match of the 10 a.m. slot is the number 3 seed Alex Landa versus Tour staple Robbie Collins has been making some 16s quite frequently now. I expect him to start moving up. He's been playing and shooting really well. What I like about someone like Robbie Collins is his mental game has really changed. He's played some tough matches against Rocky. He's now playing Alex Landa, so I'm interested to see the final of that. Hopefully we'll get some updates on those 2 matches as well.
I mean, Robbie Collins has been
matches.
training with Coach Jim Winterton, so his mental game has changed definitely. Robbie Collins has been training with Coach Winterton, so I really expect him to change his mentality. Rocky Carson again, the serve. He's now leading 10-3, increasing his lead from Eduardo Garay. Rocky to the serve. Little C serve right there. Eduardo, great splat shot there to the left side.
Yeah, you know, Rocky's got to recognize that the pinch is coming. When he has such a deep Z serve like that, there's really no other shot.
And you can't expect something different from Eduardo Garay. He always taking risks. Again, that's what I like about him. Wow, great shot right there. Ace serve from Eduardo Garay. Same serve he did a little bit early in the same spot. He got an ace as well.
Yeah,
it's been working for him.
But again, 4 points, 2 are aces. You know, he's got to win more rallies as well. Screen serve.
Serve. Second serve there for Eduardo Garay.
Good cross court pass by Rocky.
Oh, Eduardo not taking that risk. Eduardo giving away that rally to Carson. Not being compelling enough. I think he needs to keep it to the basics, Dean. Trying to get that rally. I mean, Rocky can't keep up with anybody's pace, but still, Eduardo needs to keep it basic. Rocky the serve again. C serve there. Eduardo, a little bit of setup. Rocky shooting it down the line. Another point by Carson, increasing his lead now 11-4 in the headpen scoreboard in this first game. Rocky Carson, C-serve right there. Ooh, set up, Garay. Another setup for Carson. Eduardo, back wall, Carson waiting for the setup. Great shot there, cross court for Carson and increasing his lead once again, 12-4 in the headpen scoreboard in this first game of the round of 16s. Carson to the serve. C-serve again. He's favoring that serve for Eduardo Garay. Carson didn't get a setup, overhead shot. Eduardo diving. Setup there for Carson. From the back, Eduardo Garay. Again, that ball really high. Splash shot right there from Eduardo Garay to the right side. Side out, finally. He needed this side out to cut Rocky's pace. Now, 4 serving 12 in the headpen scoreboard. Let's see if we get a change of pace here from Eduardo Garay. I think he needs it. Fault, short serve. Second chance here for Eduardo. Okay, right side lob. Ooh, wallpaper there for Carson. Eduardo. Ooh, wow. Rocky down the line. That ball was like a couple of inches from the floor. Amazing.
Great shot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bueno bola.
Buena bola de Eduardo Garay. Rocky Carson. Short serve.
Interesting matchup so far here, Rocky Carson. I believe the next up match it will be Andre Perea taking on.
Wow, what a big shot there by Eduardo Garay.
Taking on Carlos Keller Vargas. I believe that's the next matchup we're going to be broadcasting right here on IRT Live.
And we got in the first row here the fans. Javier Mar and Rodrigo Montoya, the Pan American doubles champions, watching their friend Eduardo Garay. Eduardo gets the setup from Rocky. Eduardo from the back. Rocky. Sneaky shot there. Eduardo hammering that ball down the line, but again, Rocky gets it. Eduardo looking for that splat shot. Rocky gives Eduardo a setup down the line. Wow, he got it.
What a shot by Eduardo Garay.
What a reaction there by Garai. See, again, reflexes. And Eduardo,
it was a miss-hit kill shot.
Oh, it was a miss-hit, but again, it's part of your reflexes and your training, and I think it's a very good job there by Eduardo Garay reacting. I think he didn't even hit it with the strings. He hit it with the frame of his racket.
Towel timeout, sponsored by Service Master Restore. We have club owner Jason Chan out there wiping up the court. Right here, recreational ATL family-owned facility. Thank you, Jason Chan. Speaking of some of our sponsors, you can look at that front wall, Gearbox, Head Pen, Rollout Racquetball, Service Master Restore, Kill Shot down the line. Carson, commanding lead.
12-5 on the Head Pen scoreboard here in this first game of this round of 16 matches. Rocky Carson to serve from the left side. C-serve there. Eduardo down the line. Doesn't wait for the setup, he goes for it. Rocky goes to that corner. Rocky down the line, wow, it bits the corner, and another point by Rocky Carson.
Let's talk a little bit about that Z-serve from Rocky Carson, because a lot of like B and C level players are like, why are they not hitting drive serve? A lot of younger players might be watching back at home, and a lot of professional players are drive serve, drive serve, drive serve, kill the ball. What Rocky does with that Z serve is it forces a weak return and gives him a position to score. So for you guys that are new to racquetball back at home, there's so many different serves that can just generate a weak return. Yes, we all want the ace, but as we all know, it's much harder to get that ace.
I agree with you, Dean. It's not about scoring the ace, it's about getting a setup and, again, a weak return.
No, you saw that right there. Rocky
Exactly.
Carson, Garai put the ball to the ceiling. It got an easy setup off the back wall. Rocky was like a pinch rollout right there. Well, not really rollout, but it was, 2 or 3 inches off the floor. Great situation for Carson, and you're going to see it again here with the Z serve.
And now 1 point away from closing this first game.
Set up for Carson. Garay gets a racket on it.
Oh.
Carson again. Cross court, off the back wall. Garay is there. What a good grab by Rocky Carson. Another good grab by Carson. Garay gets this one.
Oh.
Shoots bottom board. Nothing but splinters. Game 1 in the books. Carson 15, Garay 5. We'll be back right here on the IRT Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dean Bear, voice of the IRT, in the broadcast booth with me today, Mr. Fabio Soto. Fabio, what's your take on Game 1 right there?
Well, listen, no surprise there. Rocky won the first game, and he did so very compelling, 15-5. He's just using these veteran moves. Again, you talked about that C-serve that he was doing, and I agree. I mean, he's not doing it for the ace. He's doing it for the weak return, and Eduardo's falling for it. He's giving him some setups, weak returns, and Rocky's just taking advantage of that. So Rocky is doing his job.
Yeah, but there's the good thing about Rocky's Z-serve is it's pretty deep in the box. So you really, you can try to attack it. If he sees you're moving early, What I'd like to see from Rocky is a couple of those serves over to the right side of the court, just to keep your opponent honest, not cheating. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but Rocky, as we said earlier, they've only faced each other once in the Pro Tour, but you know, I'm sure that Rocky's been scouting him. He's coached by Coach Fran Davis, and Fran Davis.
Oh, he was just on the phone with her.
He was talking to Coach Fran Davis, and I'm sure Fran has scouted him before. It's like, hey, I've seen Eduardo Garay play. We've looked at the tapes, and his serves is the left side. So this is why what we're doing is hitting those C serves, and it's very effective. Let's see if Eduardo Garay in this game switches it up and maybe attacks the ball earlier and cuts it. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. But again, it's such a good serve that even when you cut it off, if you don't roll it, it's coming off the back wall. And again, Carson's going to be in a better position.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But still, Eduardo Garay has to try something different now. He can't keep the same game style. He lost. He needs to switch it up. Let's see what he does. So we're about to start game number 2 of the round of 16. And after this, Andre Parrilla versus Carlos Keller.
Correct. So for those of you at home, the IRT plays the best out of 3. So you got to win 2. Tiebreaker will be 2-11. Ace serve, 1 serving 0 on the head pen scoreboard. So you got to win 2 out of 3. Any way you can. If you win 2 straight, it's 2 games to 15. If you got to go to the breaker, the tiebreaker will be 2-11. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat box. Please like our post, share our feed. There you go. See that, but that wasn't his deep serve. It kind of came off the side wall, not deep in the box, and Garay was able to step up. And what he was also able to do, he's able to plant his feet early and get a nice kill shot down the line.
Short serve right there. I'm sure that as Rocky Carson talked to Coach Fran Davis, so did Eduardo Garay. He's coached by Aaron Palomino, the same coach for Javier Mar and Rodrigo Montoya. They're coached by the same coach. Oh.
Hashtag just a replay.
Just a replay
yeah,
there.
I mean, Garay was kind of sliding over to get to that ball.
Yeah. His feet were not correctly planted. They can't call. I think it's a good call by the referee.
Gonna get some updates on these scores. All the matches over here. Getting those scores coming in a few minutes. We'll give you guys all those updates in the chat box. Please, guys, in the chat box, like our post, share our feed. Appreciate it.
Rocky with a setup in the back.
No chance for Garay.
Eduardo can't do anything about that one. So 1 serving 0 in the head pen scoreboard here in the second game, early on. Oh, Eduardo Garay. Splinters on that shot, giving Carson a point. It's now 2 serving 0, Rocky Carson. Carson, C-serve again. Off back wall. Garay with a small setup right there. Rocky, fortunately, well positioned. Ceiling shot there. Eduardo risking it. Backhand. And Rocky scoring another point going cross court. I think Eduardo has taken a little bit more risk there in that backhand 3-4 feet up in the air, Dean.
Yeah, he definitely's got to lower his shots right there. And he needs to stay aggressive. And what I'm hoping to see out of Carson is also that aggressiveness, because sometimes Rocky, tends to, kind of sit back a little bit. Updates coming in. Alex Landa up on Robbie Collins, 14 serving 4 in game 2. Daniel won the first game 15-12 over Portilla. Sam Murray and Mercado tied at 9 in the first. So Landa and Collins 14 in game 2. I'm assuming Landa won game 1. Yes, he did. Behind the back, not catching the front wall by Garay.
Listen, that was a great try by Garay, but no. So now 5 serving 0 in the head pen scoreboard. Rocky Carson again to the serve. Going for that C-serve. Hit free wall. Second opportunity there for Carson. Eduardo Garay's body language is changing, Dean.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't kind of mail it in. It'd be very disheartening. set up off the back wall for Garay, but again, Carson's right there.
Oh, good dive there, good by Carson. Eduardo Garay waiting for a setup. Oh, unfortunately, he hits it by Carson, compellingly down the line. What a great shot by Carson, increasing his lead once more. 6 serving 0 in the headpan scoreboard. Now Carson again to the serve. Change of pace. A little bit off it. Carson with a ceiling shot. Garay. Again, too high up. Carson. Eduardo right in front of the court. He gets it. Side out there by Eduardo Garay. Hopefully, Eduardo Garay will get on the board here. He's down by 6. He's hitting these shots, Dean, Eduardo Garay, really high up. I think he needs to lower them.
Yeah, I don't know if he's overswinging, but what a beautiful serve and a great return by Carson. Can't catch up to that one. There's what you're saying, the body language from Garay right now. I just saw a lot of frustration coming from him. You know, and as a player, you know, that it is frustrating, you know, being down 6-0 or not even being on the board and watching your opponent go on a nice long run. But Garay needs to keep it in check and just stop the bleeding, and he did it right there with a nice little pin serve. Didn't overswing, which is what I'm seeing before. A lot of overswinging. That's why the ball's coming off the back wall. Kind of trying to put a little too much power in. You know, and Rocky is one of those players, he can take power and he can also take finesse. So you kind of mix it up. That's what Daniel De La Rosa does to Rocky Carson a lot of times. Adds the power, but also does the little finesse. Garay giving Carson a little bit of his own medicine with the Z-serve, set up off the back wall, but he couldn't put it away, and he had the opportunity.
It wasn't a bad shot there by Eduardo Garay, not a bad choice, but Carson was in the right place at the right time and executed correctly. He got the side out. Now Carson is going to do a drive serve, finally.
Well, you know what? He's got to mix it up a little bit just to show Garay a little different look. And there it was right there. And he had the opportunity, but that ball stuck to the side wall. What Rocky's really doing to Eduardo Garay as he takes a timeout, what Rocky's doing is his job. His job is to make his opponent uncomfortable, and he's doing it to a T in game number 2 right here. 7 serving 0 on the headpen scoreboard.
A very wise timeout there by Eduardo Garay to regroup, have a drink of water.
It's 7-0. You got to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, when are you gonna call a timeout? Your first one, at least.
Exactly.
Well, he only gets one.
Yeah. So it's a very good call, I think, by Eduardo Garay. You know, he was listening to the brake squeak. So take a drink of water there. Take a little breather.
So Fabio, is this your first time in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, yes.
Mine as well. And it's a nice the facility. Although it's not a brand new facility, this has the old racquetball family feel, and I like it.
Oh, definitely. Jason Chan has been very good to us. He's very, I'd like to congratulate him on this organization for this event. Jason Chan, a great tournament director.
Like I said, he's the owner of the club also. His whole family works here. His kids are running around last night. So this facility, and from what I'm told, is as the quarterfinals come on later on tonight and even tomorrow, this facility gets packed with racquetball fans. So I'm really looking forward to that, Fabio, to finally see you know, a U.S. event that has a packed house. And I'm expecting it here in Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta, you better stop by right here. And if not, if you're at home, you know, check out our broadcast schedule, IRTTour.com, on our website, on our Facebook page. We got our whole schedule. Quarterfinals, we're going to have a lot more stuff. We're going to have some player interviews. We're going to have some courtside reporting. We're going to have some giveaways. So if you're a fan and you're you know, a historian of racquetball, we're going to put some questions in the chat box, and we're going to give away some good stuff. Some IRT merchandise. We're going to go over a little bit later. We have IRT promotions. Check out wearrollout.com. I have a promotion code I'm going to be giving away later on today. You get 10% off. Actually, I'll give it to you right here. It's called IRT Atlanta. So there's the promotion code, wearrollout.com, IRT Atlanta, 10% off your order. We got some brand new IRT merchandise that are on the website. back to the action here. Court number 2, championship court, recreational ATL. Dean Bear, Fabio Soto. Fabio, take it.
And I want to remind everybody that after this match, we got Andrea Parrilla versus Carlos Keller in this championship court. Eduardo Garay, the serve. Carson holding. Replay.
So update on the Murray Mercado match. Mercado's up 12-9. Alex won game 2 over Robbie Collins, so Landa will move on. So we have a towel timeout sponsored by Service Master Restore. For the quarterfinals, we will have our yellow towels. That will be out as well.
Oh, and I want to remind everybody, Dean, in 2 weeks, we'll be in Laurel, Maryland.
Yeah, later on today, we hope we're going to have a promotion video for the Laurel, Maryland tournament. We're going to go over our whole IRT schedule with everybody, IRTtour.com. Check out our brand new website. Garai couldn't catch up to that one.
Rocky Carson sides out. 7-0 again, Carson in the second game. Carson to serve. C-serve again. Eduardo. Carson giving a ceiling shot there. Eduardo not waiting for a step. Overhead shot. Rocky Carson down the line.
See, you know, you got to go over to that overhead shot that Eduardo Garay took. Not a good shot selection right there, Fabio.
No,
it really set up. It was into the middle of the court. Rocky had the whole court. He was able to box his opponent out and just made an easy, down the line shot, 12 inches in the air. It wasn't even a kill shot, but it didn't have to be. Too much aggressiveness right there. Game 1 getting away from Eduardo Garay. 9-0 on the head pen scoreboard. So Garay took the timeout. Okay, Rocky Carson, 2 more points. Smooth sailing.
Up until now, Carson again. C-serve, a little too high there. Eduardo, a little bit of setup, and there you go.
Yeah, not a good serve. And Rocky, claps for his opponent right there and lets him know, hey, you made a good shot.
Eduardo, I see him the timeout. Let's see if it serves him well. A little focus there. Carson. Oh. Wow.
Set up. I don't know about the position right there. Garay kind of went underneath that ball and went to the left side of the court, which left open the whole right side. I would have rather seen him stay where he was. Maybe Carson would have had to make a different shot selection, but he would have actually had to think about it. There was no thought process right there.
No, but that's a good thing about Rocky. Took advantage of that. Now Eduardo trying to get that corner.
Nice shot.
Side
right
out.
There. Reverse pinch. Carson can't catch up.
Even though Carson was very well positioned, he was almost there. He was just one step away of getting that ball. Now Eduardo Garay looking to change the pace, get on the board here.
Good shot selection by Garay.
Short serve, Garay with a second opportunity here. Rocky Carson, ceiling shot. Garay, another ceiling shot. Carson's gonna get a setup from the back. Takes it. Eduardo kills that ball. Finally gets on the board.
Yeah, good rally right there by Garay. And hopefully he can build off that. And he really has to kind of just step back and take 1 point at a time, and hopefully get himself back into the game. Almost looked like a screen serve.
It looked like a screen serve to me.
Not called.
Referee didn't call it, and Eduardo Garay takes advantage of that and scores another point. So he's now 2-9 in the head pen scoreboard. Rocky not happy with that one.
No, and I'm wondering if he's thinking if he was thinking of the screen or he just was not happy with his return of serve.
Eduardo with a setup from the back. Rocky. Eduardo from the back. Wow, great reach there by Rocky. Eduardo again taking a little bit of a risk. Ceiling shot, Rocky.
Rocky's going to give him that ceiling ball all day. He wants Garay to shoot that ball.
Well, we got a ceiling shot here.
Who's going to make the mistake first? Rocky could have shot that one. He's saying, no, you go, Garay.
And of course, Eduardo's the first one to shoot. Eduardo set up from the back.
Nice into the right side corner for a
Wow.
pinch kill shot. Garay, 3, serving 9.
Wow, what patience there from Eduardo Garay. Yes, he was the first one to shoot, but he was patient though, and it benefited. And now Garay on the board again, 3-9.
The IRT wants to give a special thanks to Gearbox for being one of our inside industry partners. Check out all the latest and innovative equipment from Gearbox. Gearbox supports not only the sport of racquetball, but many athletes as well. Check them out online today, www.gearboxsports.com. Cross court, Garai's there. Up top, off the back wall.
Wow.
Carson buries that. I think
Wow.
Garai thinks it skipped. I don't know, it looked flat to me.
In my angle, it was a good shot from my angle.
Yeah, that was a kill shot. Bueno bola, Carson in the service box. Buena bola. It's my new favorite word since Chihuahua.
Buena
Can't
bola.
help it. Yeah, can't help it. Love it.
Well, it's actually 2 words.
Well, really good one there, Fabio. I have it all together as one. Buena bola, one
Wow.
ball. Buena bola.
Buena bola de
Right
Eduardo
there, Garay
Garay.
buries that with a flatty.
Buena bola de Eduardo Garay para matar esa y conseguir el cambio.
Cambio, switch.
That's a side out.
I
Cambio.
know, switch.
Eduardo Garay, service. Wow. Broken ball. See, I told you at the beginning of this match, we're going to see at least a couple of those broken balls by these hard hitters.
Well, you know, like we were saying before, Garay kind of hits the ball really hard. Rocky gives a fan in the front row. That broken ball reminds me of the fans in Bolivia at the Bolivian Open. You throw a broken ball. They would fight for the ball. When one little boy missed it, he was crying. He was visually upset for about 10 minutes because he missed the broken ball.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Would love to see that kind of action and passion here in the United States, and we're going to work for it.
Eduardo Garay. He's down 3-9. He's down, but he's not out.
No, not at all.
He's going to fight for it. Eduardo Garay, the service again. Drive serve. Rocky. Oh, Eduardo risking that ball a little too precipitated. I think he got ahead of himself. He could have waited from the back. He shoots
yeah,
it.
you know, he had Rocky kind of pinned to the wall, and I think he wanted to take advantage of it, but it was not. It was very, very ill-advised.
Rocky now to serve. Drive serve to the right. Eduardo. Ceiling shot there. Gonna get a setup. Eduardo. Great shot. Kills the ball. Side out.
So Daniel has a commanding lead against Portilla, 9-2 in game 2, and Sam Murray ended up coming back, taking a 15-12 win over Mario Mercado. Want to thank one of our broadcast partners, new to the team, JP Edwards is our intern here in Atlanta. He's going to be on the broadcast team. We're going to see him in Laurel. We're going to see him at the U.S. Open. He's going to be doing some player interviews, so I want to welcome JP to the broadcast team.
Carson.
Beautiful shot down the line by Rocky Carson.
Great shot down
Is that
the
a
line.
side out or a point?
That was a side out.
Nice.
Great shot there down the line by Rocky Carson. Now Carson from the left side. C-serve. Garay gives Rocky Carson a ceiling shot. Now very well executed. Garay from the back, unfortunately
Great
too low.
pass. So for those of you, let's talk again. We talk about the elephant in the room. We did it last night. Sebastian Fernandez moves on to the quarterfinals. Kane Waslinchuk pulled out of this event due to personal reasons. A lot of people were messaging the IRT saying, how come you don't change the draw, this and that. So our rules constitute right now is when the draw is posted, we don't make any changes. Will we change that in the future? I don't know. I don't know if it happens often enough, but I'm sure the rules committee will look at it. Beautiful flatty right there by Eduardo Garay. But there it is. Sebastian Fernandez will move on, take on either Montoya or Sebastian Franco. That match coming up next. What else we got going on there? Landa already moved on. He will take on either De La Rosa or Portilla. Looks like De La Rosa is in the driver's seat there. Towel timeout, sponsored by Service Master Restore.
And we see now Carlos Keller getting ready to play Andre Parrilla up next in this championship court. That's going to be an interesting match, Dean. Carlos Keller from Bolivia coming over here to the States to play. And it looks like he's going to play the tour full time this year.
From what I'm told, I spoke with not only Carlos through a translator because he doesn't speak too much English, through him and Kadim Carrasco. They're going to be at every Tier 1 stop from now until Phoenix.
Great stuff there. Eduardo Garay keeping it exciting. Carson, Garay. Wow.
Good pass right there. I like that he kept going for a towel timeout.
That's
sponsored by
what I was
Service
saying.
Master.
The effort that he does. You know, Eduardo Garay, he's a fighter. He's an exciting kid, and he's young still, and he's an exciting, agile player. I love that about him. You know, even though he may lose any match, he gives it his all, and I like that about him.
So court number 1 getting started and warming up over there is going to be Gerardo Franco versus Alvaro, the Mexican Monster Beltran. That's going to be a good match.
That is going to be.
Gerardo Franco's playing extremely well. You know, Beltran coming off the Pan Am Games, excellent showing for him in the Pan American Games down in Lima, Peru.
He got silver medal.
Silver medal, went through a door. It was on ESPN. It was kind of
It was in
cool.
the top 10 ESPN. That was pretty cool. Carson, C-serve there. Not a very strong C-serve.
But you see what he did? He took the pace off the ball just to keep Garay honest.
But Eduardo was right there anticipating, and he got the side out. Now Eduardo trying to get on the board here again. He's down 3-10 in the second game. Eduardo. Let's see what he does. Drives it to the left. Carson up top. Wow. Kill shot.
Good shot right there by Garay.
Good shot by Eduardo to get on the board again. Now 4 serving 11 in the headpan scoreboard in the second game. Now Garay. Drives it to the right. Short serve.
Corto.
It wasn't a bad serve, but you know, short. But it was.
No, you know what he's doing when Garay's serving to the right side of the court. When he misses, it's really bad. It's almost unavoidable because that ball's coming off the sidewall, and Garay, you know, can't get out of the way quick enough.
Now he gets the setup from Rocky. Rocky can't put a racket on it, and another point there by Eduardo Garay. 5-10 now in the headpan scoreboard.
Want to say hello to everybody once again in our chat box. Please like our post. Please share our feed. We appreciate it. That's exactly what I was just talking about.
Exactly what you said.
When he misses and it
Exactly.
clips that side wall, the ball's coming. Because he hits the ball so hard, that ball comes so far over that Rocky doesn't even have to swing. He can't get out quick enough. He can't get out of the way quick enough.
Now Rocky Carson to serve. Drive serve by Rocky. Left side. Eduardo on the back. Rocky puts a racket on it.
Oh, clip the crack right there. Good pickup by Garay.
Wow. Good get there by Garay, sliding on his knees. Again, great pickup. Keeping it fresh. Rocky.
Buries the reverse pinch right there. Garay can't catch up. Another point by Carson. Sailing north of 10. Towel timeout. Court number 2, championship court, sponsored by Service Master Restore. Really quick. We need. Once again, we want to thank all of our sponsors here today. Headpen. Headpen is not only the scoreboard sponsor of the IRT, they're not just the official ball of both the IRT, WOR, USAR, and the LPRT. Headpen is the industry leader in all things racquetball. Check them out online today, www.head.com/racquetball. Speaking of Head, Rocky Carson, the number 2 ranked player in the world, sponsored by Head. Great drive serve. Garay thinks it was either short or a screen serve. But if he wins the point, he's not going to complain. But here comes a setup for Carson. Pinch shot. Nope, down the line. Best shot in racquetball. DTL. Fran Davis racquetball. Speaking of Fran Davis, want to say hi to Miss Davis. Check her out online today. FranDavisRacquetball.com. Camps, clinics, individual training sessions. One of our great writers for the IRT. We want to thank Fran for all she does. She's also with Headpen. A lot of Headpen action here today. Good down the line by Garay. Back in the service box. Huge mountain for Garay to climb right now, Fabio, at 5 serving 12 on the headpen scoreboard.
Listen, if there's anything we love in sports, it's a great comeback. So I would really love to see a good comeback here by Eduardo Garay to make it a lot more interesting, definitely. And he has the potential to do it. So, you know, let's see what happens there because he has to keep Rocky off. Rocky's just 3 points away, putting this one in the books.
Yeah, well, speaking of Eduardo Garay, he's one of the players on tour that is sponsored by Reaching Your Dreams Foundation. So we have 2 partnerships with nonprofit organizations. One is Reaching Your Dreams, one is the Rafa House. So Reaching Your Dreams, their mission, they support young athletes from around the world with broken ball. We're going to have to replace that one. So getting back to Reaching Your Dreams Foundation, they support young athletes from all around the world with needed resources to achieve success both on and off the court to develop successful careers both in sports and in life. Reaching Your Dreams Foundation. Please donate today. That's how guys like Eduardo Garay, Eduardo Padilla, Gerardo Franco, that's how they get to these tournaments by Reaching Your Dreams Foundation. We want to thank them for all they do. So Garay, once again,
This is the 3rd broken ball of the match, Dean.
5 serving 12.
Garay, strong serve there from the left side. Great overhand shot. Wow.
That was a really good shot, and he obviously scored a point on it. But like we said before, remember when he misses that shot?
Exactly.
If he doesn't get the flat, you know, off the side wall, Rocky's right there, and it's an easy set.
Great serve there by Eduardo Garay. He gets a setup from Carson from the back. Garay. Oh, it almost fit the corner. Rookie puts a
right
racket
there
on it. Great stuff. Straight shot. Eduardo not going to wait for it. Rocky going to go for it as well. Eduardo puts a racket on it. Carson finishes that rally on the left corner. Side out by Carson.
Good rally right there.
It was a great rally. Oh, yeah.
A couple of really good gets by Carson. Garay had down the line like twice. Rocky kind of lunged at it. And what Rocky did is just put the ball up to the ceiling. Good save, reset the point, stay in the rally. And here's Carson, 12 serving 6. Garay shooting bottom board, missing, splinters. Point, 13-6.
Now Rocky Carson 2 points away from closing this match. Eduardo needs a side out right here. Rocky to serve. On the left side, it looks like he's going for a C serve. Let's see. C serve there.
Good one.
It was a good serve. Eduardo.
See, he missed that shot right there. Rocky took advantage of it. First match point opportunity for Rocky Carson. Game number 2, match point 14, serving 6.
So Rocky here and Eduardo Garay doing his best effort to try to hold off Rocky Carson. Carson to serve. C serve. Can't put a racket on it.
Catch up to that one.
And Eduardo Garay can breathe once more here. Gets a side out. He's down 6-14.
Good hold off there by Garay.
Garay setting up a serve. Let's see. He goes
To
for
the
the
forehand.
drive. Oh, short serve. Lob serve there to Rocky's left.
Ooh, caught a crack and just died. That's going to be wallpaper.
Wow.
And he shoots it flat-alicious right there.
Wow.
What a shot by Garay. Yeah, but that's a make-or-break shot. I mean, yeah, it's
it was a fantastic shot there. It was a do-or-die shot, Dean.
Yeah.
It was a do-or-die. Garay to the service box again. Oof. Drives it to the right. And it was
serve.
an ace serve right there by Eduardo.
I disagree with the ref right there. I thought that was short. And Rocky disagreed. Yeah. It was quick, too.
Short serve right there.
So you hit the ace. Why not come back with the same serve?
Percentages? I don't know.
No, you have to. You just got the ace. Even if you, who am I complaining now? He just did a lob serve and a skip. I think Rocky's still thinking about that bad ace
Yeah,
serve.
I think he is still thinking about it. So 9 serving 14.
He doesn't let that go pretty easy.
Eduardo Garay doing a lot better job here in the second game.
What a
Carson.
return.
That was a great return right there by Carson. He gets a side out, and again, match point for Carson.
Second match point for Carson, but what Garay did on that serve, he didn't clip the side wall. He hit it straight, but it was too high. Off the back wall, Rocky, easy shot. Match point coming up. Drive serve from Carson.
Oh, Carson missed it.
So he holds off his second match point.
Carson missed it.
So the most match points that I've seen held off was 9. And Andre Perea did it to Kane at the U.S. Open last year. 9 match points.
Wow.
Kane won, but
but he held him off.
I like that Garay went right back to that same serve. I tell you, would you as Eduardo Garay go with a second serve drive? No.
No, you can't do that right now.
Well, it didn't matter. You might as well.
Wow, Carson right
Carson
there.
back in the box.
Signing
His
out.
third match point. No, fourth.
Okay, Carson to serve. Looks like he's going to drive it. Let's see.
Rocky thinking a lot.
Short. Second opportunity there for Carson.
Carson checking. Did I win?
Now Carson from the left. Looks like he's going to do a C serve. All right. Carson gets a setup from Eduardo from the back. Eduardo, not a very good shot. Eduardo going to give Carson another setup.
Skip ball.
Oh, referee didn't call it. Carson. Sliding there is Garay. Carson.
There
Closes
you go,
it.
ladies and gentlemen.
So Carson wins the second game 15-9, closing the this match.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good match right there. The fans here appreciate it. You know, Fabio, just you know, a quick, you know, recap of that match. Rocky did what he had to do. You know, there's no doubt about it. He kind of came up, you know, and just really just took care of business.
Oh, he did, but Eduardo Garay making a better job of it in the second game. First one, he lost to 5, then he lost to 9. So I think Eduardo Garay learned his lesson. He's been it, and I think he'll do a better job of the next confrontation with him. But yeah, so next up is Andre Parrilla, Carlos Keller.
Yeah, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back. Stay right here. We're going to recap game number 1 right here on IRT Live.
Introducing Head's new explosive line of extreme rackets featuring graphene touch technology. Available in 3 different weights and 5 different models, Graphene Touch delivers maximum power with state-of-the-art shock absorption for the ultimate playing experience. Power never felt so good. For more information or a dealer near you, visit www.head.com today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So just to recap right there, game 1, Carson, 15-5. Game 2, 15-9. Good showing by Garay. He fought to the end there, Pablo. But, you know, Carson comes out on top.
Yes, he does. But I think Eduardo Garay, this is one of those matches where I think since he's a young player, it'll help him season a lot more. We did see some changes in the second game, so hopefully he'll put up a better fight next time. And again, Rocky Carson is moving on to the next round.
Yeah, he's going to take on either Sam Murray or Mercado, and that match is in game number 2 right now. I just got an update. Portilla De La Rosa, they're going to a breaker, so that's interesting. Winner will take on Alex Landa. Like we said before, Padilla, Carlos Kellers Vargas up next on this court. Beltran Franco on court 1. Montoya, Sebastian Franco, they'll get started on one of the other back courts in a few. That's our recap right here for the first round of 16 matches. The second round's coming up next right here on the IRT Live.